I'm DJ.
I'm Katie.
I'm going to start with prompt 2. According to Sigmund Freud, what are the id, ego, and superego? And according to Freud's model of the psyche, the id is the primitive and instinctual part of the mind that contains sexual and aggressive drives and hidden memories. The superego operates as a moral conscience, and the ego is a realistic part that mediates between the desires of the id and the superego. In what sense is The Road to Perdition a film about family relationships? This film shows a lot about a family relationship. For example, when the mother and brother son get murdered, Michael Jr. and his father grew closer together rather than apart. Like, they didn't become distant, because usually a family would tear apart after something like that, but they grew closer and they had to come together to really survive it. Why was John Rooney such a huge failure as a father? John Rooney was not a good father because he let his son get away with all the bad things he's done. He knew he murdered Michael's family and still continued to protect him and all the other stuff, and I think he should have did something about that. In turn, why was Connor Rooney such a sociopathic monster? On the other hand, Connor was a sociopath because he felt like, in a sense, his dad was abandoning him because he always treated Michael Sr. better. Think about your dad treating someone better than he treated you. You'd feel terrible. These childhood memories and the neglect made him lash out. Next question was, on the other hand, take his son literally and figuratively.
On the other hand,
criminal though he may have been, why was Michael Sullivan a successful father? Michael was a successful father because no matter how hard things got and no matter what happened to him, how hard things got after his wife and his son were murdered, he did everything in his power to keep Michael Jr. safe. And even when his wife and brother were still alive, he was doing everything for them. He tried to never bring work home, tried to keep everything distant, and he always just tried to keep them safe first. And then finally, why did he take his son literally and figuratively on the road to perdition? That is why he took his son on the road to perdition to escape the madness of the criminal activities he was involved in. He didn't want his son to grow up in the life that he had to grow up in. He wanted his son to have a better life. He wanted his son to be better and everything for him just to be better. So he decided to take him on the road to perdition, and he had to because of everything that was going down too.
Okay, I did prompt number 3. So according to the lecture, what is rational theory? And in what sense does rational theory offer a description of human motives and behaviors? Rational choice is based on 3 assumptions. First, offenders see themselves as individuals. Second, individuals maximize their goals. And 3, individuals are self-interested. Rational choice theory emphasizes the role of enlightened self-interest in an individual decision-making. And No Country for Old Men. In what sense is Llewellyn Moss, at least in the early stages of the film, a purely rational actor? In the early stages, I could see that he is a purely rational actor because at the beginning of the movie, he took all that money from all those people, or when the drug cartel thing went down, and he went home and he didn't help anyone that was killed or shot there. And later on, he felt remorse for it because he just felt like he should have helped the people instead of just take the money and leave. And then why does Sheriff Bow retire at the end? The sheriff just recognizes his powerlessness over the forces of the evil world, and he just decided to retire. And then for prompt number 4, according to the lecture, why are all murders the same? Or it says, are all murders the same? No, they're not. Many people have different disorders that cause them to commit such crimes like murders. For example, antisocial disorder. People also murder because they believe it is self-defense. In the film, in the Bruges, is that what it is? Why does Harry send Ken and Ray? They were sent because Ray shot a priest, but also accidentally killed a young boy who was a part of the church. I think he sang choir, like he did choir and stuff. So that's why he left.
Sorry, this is at a weird angle. I just had surgery.
Let's see. Sorry, I lost my place.
I'm sure that you have.
It said Ken didn't feel like he had any reason to be there in the Bruges. He just seemed bored with the task. It says, what dreadful crime has Ray committed? Like I said earlier, he shot a priest and accidentally killed a choir boy. Is it possible to be... Oh, no. Under what circumstances is a murder an unnecessary evil? Like I said, when it is self-defense. Is it possible to commit horrible crimes and still be a good person? Yes, you still could be a good person. Sometimes people struggle with a lot of mental disorders. For example, someone who struggles with multiple personalities. It's not just one person who he or she thinks is committing the crime. Why does Harry kill himself at the end? He kills himself because he thought he accidentally killed a child when he was going after Ray. He did kill Ray too, but I think it hurt him a little more that he killed a child, and he just decided to end his criminal career.